Healthcare money for ACORN. John McCormick of the Weekly Standard says that's what's tucked inside the new Senate bill. Say it ain't so. How did you find this?
Well, I was on Capitol Hill on, I guess, early Monday morning, and before they voted past cloture on this vote, and I walked up to Senator Roland Burris, and I asked him why he was voting for this, because he had originally said that he would filibuster any bill that didn't have a public option. I asked if anything changed in the bill, if he got anything in there, and he said yes. There was this amendment which deals with disparity in communities of racial minorities, and basically this earmark in the Managed Amendment, which Harry Reid unveiled Saturday morning, creates 6 offices of minority health in different organizations like the Food and Drug Administration.
Well, how? Okay, go ahead, John. Sorry.
Yeah, well, and also, so I went back, I looked at the amendment on page 248. It says, I'm going to quote you this, it says it provides grants and contracts for indigenous human resource providers in communities of color to ensure improved health status of racial and ethnic minorities. And also there's another provision I found where it says that there are community and consumer groups that are supposed to conduct public education activities. And I spoke to a legislative expert on Capitol Hill, and they said that ACORN would definitely qualify. There was no language in the bill excluding ACORN. And I mean, the question whether or not ACORN is awarded, they definitely qualify. The question whether they award it is another matter.
But, you know, it's so interesting because why would ACORN, even with this language that we're talking about, after all the things that have been exposed by about this organization, still be allowed access to taxpayer money?
Well, I think maybe it was an oversight. I don't know if anyone intentionally did that, but there was no language prohibiting it. In the same way, there's no language prohibiting taxpayer funding of abortions in Indian country. That's something that slipped in there too. Ben Nelson's phony compromise didn't even touch that. There is no even phony compromise. We're going to be paying for abortions there. Money could be going to ACORN. So I think that there's so little that there's still a lot in this bill we don't even know about. Just the other day, Senator DeMint pointed out something that Harry Reid apparently slipped in the bill that's going to, not only will it create this board, this independent, unelected board to cut Medicare, it makes it so that it's out of order for future Congresses to amend or repeal it.
What kind of money are we talking about here? I mean, I would assume it's in the low millions, but still, it's so egregious that we'd be taking taxpayer money to fund these sort of things, or even letting these loopholes go through.
In the legislation I read, there was no specific dollar amount. It said that money would be carved out of the general budget. There was no dollar figure on how much money would be given to these community groups. And I've even asked Democrats. I asked spokesman for Senator Harkin, Senator Reid, Senator Dodd to tell me what kind of groups qualify for this. Am I getting this wrong? And one spokesman said he'd look into it. Haven't heard back from him in 24 hours. The other 2 just didn't reply to my emails.
All right, great work there. Thanks a lot, John. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Charles.